All right, welcome back to the garage. On today's episode, we are going to work on hanging the sheet metal off the front of this thing. And I'm talking inner fenders, outer fenders, maybe even do the header panel and the lower valance. I've got a new lower valance here from an RS front end. That's what I'd like to put on this thing. So that's new to the car. The subframe's new to the car. The radiator support's new to the car. Rob's not new to the car, though.
Not new.
Say hello to Rob, everybody. Yeah, Rob's here helping me today, so he's going to hang some stuff off this. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to show you guys real quick about how I package my stuff up. I've got Ziploc bags, masking tape with a description of what's on the thing, and then tuck tape. This is, for your house. It works really good at keeping all of your parts and pieces together in shims, and you don't lose them, and you know which order they came in. And if you watch the video where you took it apart, you might be able to get it back together again. I also picked up a box of brand new hardware, but I think for the time being, I'm just going to keep using the old hardware. Maybe in final fitment, I'll put the new stuff on there, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we put this inner fender on over here without any issues. This one over here, however, this hole in the radiator support, the lip on it here is a little long, or the hole's a little off center, one or the other. Whenever you try and put the clip nut on there, you don't have enough hole. It's all meat. So I'm just going to do a quick job with the die grinder here and grind this off a little bit so I can get access to the whole hole. All right, so we removed a little bit of metal there. We took a carbide burr to it and trimmed it down. That clip's fitting in there real nice now. We're going to throw this inner fender on and see what we got from there. All right, so we've got both the inner fenders on now. They're looking pretty good. This side went on no hassle at all. This side here, like I said, I had to grind that. It may have a bit of a fitment issue. We'll kind of sort through it as we put the fenders on here and go. We pulled out one of the outer fenders here. Rob had a great idea to wipe it down. Typically, I just work on it and get all dirty and terrible. But
good clothes.
yeah, he's here in his good clothes. So he brought some wipes. There's some Walter wipes. Did a great job cleaning this panel up. Let's throw that on there. Well, we started to put this front fender on there, and we quickly realized that it's going to go on there a lot easier with that inner fender attached to it. So I pulled out the fender extensions, which are all dirty and crusty, and the hardware to marry those guys together. I'm going to clean this stuff up, as well as the inside of this fender is quite dirty, so I'm going to get in there and clean this all up a little bit, and then pull that off there and attach it and see how it goes. Little quality time with some soap and water, and I got these guys cleaned up enough that I'm not getting dirty every time I touch them. I cleaned these guys here up a little bit. They could still use some more, but they're good enough for now. While I'm cleaning stuff, I also want to clean off the old hardware here, the old bolts. Saw this little trick on Roadkill, I think. Put a wire wheel on there. If I scrape your hardware, run it on there, hit it with a little bit of air tool oil, and it's almost good as new. So finish cleaning these guys up, and then we can take that inner fender there off and put it on the outer fender over there. Now, before I marry the inner fender to the outer fender, I figured I'd show you this real quick. The reason I bought this car is because these fenders were in such good shape. Both fronts, they've got a little bit of damage on them, like this was obviously run into something a little bit, just a little graze there, and then a little flat spot here, probably pulling in or out of a garage there. This one here's got a little ding on this side. Other than that, they're right here. Other than that, they're in really good shape. They do have a little bit of rust starting to form just in around the seams, if you can see that. So there's a little bit of rust happening there where the metal is sandwiched together, and then up and around there. I'd like to find a place around Calgary that I can have these dipped, acid dipped, to eliminate that rust. If you know of a place, let me know. Other than that, I'm gonna bolt that to that and bolt that to that. Let's rock and roll. Okay, got this inner and outer fender married together here. There's 5 bolts around the wheel well and 2 inside. There are these bolt holes here, but they go on the fender extension. You see clip nuts there. I'm missing a couple clip nuts, but it'll bolt onto there like so, and the bolts come in from the top and go down into those. So I'll leave this off for now, and let's see if we can mount this guy up there. Okay, I've got this fender mounted up here. It's looking pretty good. I've just got it loosely bolted. There's one bolt here, one on the front of the firewall here, right there, just loose. I've got the lower bolts in the radiator support down here, if you can see those guys. I don't have them in the top though, because the holes are off by about 1 inch probably. You can see the hole there and the hole there. They don't line up. This radiator core support may need a little bit of adjustment as far as like tilt it back and bend that flange down, and that'll get that stuff to line up. But I think I'll go ahead and mount the other one first. So I'll take that inner off of there, put it on there, and put both of those back on there. See how that side lines up and see what needs to happen. Now then, I should probably put the door on before I put this fender on to really locate where that needs to be, because the fender could be shimmed forward, you know, up to 1/2 inch. I know there's a bit more distance there than this should be shimmed forward, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. Okay, I got the inner driver fender off there. It's over there waiting to get bolted together. But before I can do that, I want to clean up some of this hardware. Quick pro tip for you. If you're using this method and you're holding it with pliers, run it along the side of this guy. Don't be out here. If you're out here and it catches and grabs, it'll fling it all the way across the shop, and you got to dig it out from underneath the air compressor. But if you hold it right here and it grabs, it just shoots it into the wall and ricochets back onto the table. Anyway, quick pro tip for you. Hope it helps. Okay, let's see if we can't put that fender up there where it goes. Okay, so got this fender on here. Rob came back, gave me another hand, and the holes don't line up here either. And I went ahead and pulled the hardware holding it to the subframe, and I don't know if you can see down in there, but that hole doesn't exactly line up too well either. It's a lot better now because I've been monkeying with this. What I did is I took the bolts out of the lower fender and got the front to line up. That's looking pretty good. I may have to punch new holes in this inner fender, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I was able to pull on this fender a little bit and get these holes to line up. Get the top hole anyway. I can pull on it a little bit more and probably get that bottom hole. You can see daylight through it, so it's not too bad. Yeah, let's see if we can't do a similar item on the other side. That also helped with the alignment of the hole, I feel it's a little bit better pulled forward like that. See if we can't do the same thing to the other side over here. These holes are a little bit farther off, and that needs to be pushed way back. Anyway, let's keep manipulating it. All right, we're kind of getting there. I was able to loosen this radiator support from the inner fenders down at the bottom there and align the top first and then pull those back, and was able to get that bolted in there and as well over there. The holes for the radiator mount to the subframe are looking real good. That's that one. You can see right through there. I went ahead and pulled that RS Valance out and threw that on the bottom here. It's kind of loosely bolted, as long as as well as the fender extensions, which the fender extensions are just two screws there, and then these are bolts that have nuts on the back side of them. I haven't got them in this side over here yet, but it's all just kind of bolted up loosely. Also through the header panel on there, it's fitting pretty good. Lines up nice. I like it. So far so good. I want to go ahead and throw the hood latch and that core support on here. It goes in here, and I just want to make sure that it matches up, lines up to everything, and that all this is going to work together before I go any further. I'm getting there, just about done. Once I get this all mocked up, I can blow it all back apart again, throw it back on the rotisserie, and do some more stuff. So let's get all that in there and make sure that everything works good. Okay. Okay, I threw some bolts and nuts in this fender extension, got it bolted on there. I took that lower valance off because I figured it'd be easier to get this radiator core support piece and the hood latch in there with that out of the way. Hood latch has got 4 bolts, 2 in here and then 2 into the back side of the header panel there. There is 1 bolt that goes down into this radiator support, and then there's another one that ties it to the radiator there, and then one that ties it, actually 2, 1 here and 1 here, that will tie it to that front inner valance. So let's throw that on there. The RS Valance has got these provisions for the turn signals, which have these little brackets, which makes getting this bolt here in a real pain in the ass. Anyway, just thought I'd let you know that. So we're going to throw that guy up there and see how she looks. Okay, I got that center support and the hood latch bolted up, and this guy here bolted up on here. It's looking real good on this side, at least. That gap looks pretty decent, but then you get over to this side and it's not as good with the gap. It's hard to see that, but it kind of seems like that bolt flange is pulled out a little bit here. So whenever I actually start working on this, that'll probably need some adjustment whenever I start doing the body work for this part. I'm a long ways away from there though. I'm still doing mechanical, so this is just a test fit. And yeah, there's that bolt. You can't even get a socket on it down in here. So you have to kind of thread it by finger and then put a open end wrench on it, maybe. I don't know. If you have a tip or a trick to get that bolt in there easily, let me know. Anyway, I'm going to stop this video here. I think I've spent enough time on this, so hope you enjoyed it. This is how the front sheet metal goes together on my 1968 Camaro project. Anyway, catch me next time and we'll do more fun stuff. Thanks for watching.